So let's have a look at emotional regulation. Here we go. Emotional regulation is actually the ability to monitor and modulate one's own emotions. So, when we're thinking about children, this would include how experienced they are and how that's expressed. It's an essential skill, emotional regulation, for children's day to day life because it affects their understanding of situations. It affects their understanding of how they respond to things. It affects their behavior and their enjoyment of life, even. Emotional regulation skills take time to learn. It's not something that's inbuilt. It does begin from birth, this learning, and it continues into adulthood. Social competence, this is a key aspect of emotional regulation. Children who appropriately regulate their emotions have been found to display greater social competence and better social skills and greater peer acceptance. And you can actually read more by clicking read more on the screen. Academic success is another dimension. Emotional regulation is positively associated with teacher reports of children's academic success and productivity in the classroom, and standardized early literacy and math achievement scores. So, those that are have a strong foundation in emotional regulation, their academic success scores more highly. Brain development. Emotional regulation can affect the way children's brains develop and has a specific impact on emotional regulation. Let's think about an example. So, for example, children might experience difficulty in understanding emotions, learning words for emotions, and expressing emotions. Relationships with family and peers. A child's capacity to regulate their emotional state and reaction does affect their family, peers, academic performance, and their long term mental health, and their ability to thrive in what we can describe as a complex world. Children with poor emotional regulation may throw tantrums constantly and may strain the parent child relationship. Behavior and emotional disorders. Emotional dysregulation in children is linked to behavioral disorders, like, for example, oppositional defiance disorder, um, and of course, a whole wealth of other disorders. And the study of psychopathology and undertaking a short course with us on psychopathology can also help unpack and understand some of those disorders. And behavioral and emotional disorders can put children at a significant risk of developing more emotional disorders such as anxiety, eating, even clinical depression. To help children develop emotional regulation skills, early years practitioners can start talking about feelings even when children are still babies, point out when books or TV characters or movie characters feel happy, sad, angry, or worried. Consistency is key, and it's essential for parents, grandparents, teachers, early years practitioners, and other people within the child's circle work together to address the child's self regulation problems if they have any.